Okay, hello and welcome to Pia's Creative Corner. My name is Pia and this is Tuesday and happy time zones to everyone. I am just gonna go and do a small, short, unplanned holiday stream. It's not anything I planned for. This is just a spirit of the moment, and that's why it's like, all these unplanned are a little bit scruffed. But I hope that you will enjoy being here. Today I'm gonna start a completely new diamond painting. It's called Lotus, and it's by Christopher Lowell. I was a bit in doubt whether to show the picture or not because it is a half-naked woman, but it's really beautiful, and it's I think, to be honest, it's something you can see everywhere. So of course, if you get something else out of it, it's all up to your fantasy. That I can't. That I won't be responsible for. So the picture looks like this, and it's a 50 by 70 centimeter. It has 48 colors, and it is with round drills. Let's see. I'm just gonna per usual, I'm trying to have my tablet do more than one thing, but my experience tells me that I need to have it on the chat because apparently when I stream at this time of day, it kind of appeals to the bots to stop by, or to people who want to sell me views or followers or whatever, and yeah, I'm not really interested. So if you're watching this on a VOD or replay, welcome in. Hope you hi Ula, welcome in. I hope you will enjoy being with me. I will be here for 2 to 3 hours, maybe. I think at least 2 hours, maybe 3. We will see how it goes. Depends on how tired I get. And I just saw on another streamer creator's stream that the game I play, Coral Island, has come up with an update. So it's like, stream, game playing, stream. So, but we're gonna stream, and then I think I have seen a bit of the new update, and I think that is why suddenly the game was like, it lost some ability. I had to do different things and then figure it out. So yeah, good. I was actually working on my CrossFit conversion. In a theory, I'm still working on it. I have gotten a bit further, but it has so heavy confetti. There's so much only one placing and so much changing colors all the time. So I just need a bit of a change of scenery. So I know today and tomorrow I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna work on it on Sunday. And then I'm gonna do a little bit on my CrossFit conversion, and I'm gonna do a little bit switch in between through the month of August. And then I hope, and again, I have all these plans for what to do. This is my holiday week, and it's just, at the end of the day, I don't know what the day will bring until I reach the day. So tomorrow I'm thinking of going to a local market we have every Wednesday and Saturday, if my body allows me, so to speak. But for now I'm gonna work on this picture, and it has round drills, and because it's round drills, and for some reason the round drills are not always agreeing with my Munimate trace, so I am kind of trying this out, but I'm a bit worried about it because it is it's a bit of a dark color, the green one, but let's see. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with these sections. So I'm gonna I'm gonna use these two pens, and today I have refilled them with putty. This is from Randy's Crafty Corner, and it is, for me and how I work with diamond painting, it is one of the best scented putty I have tried. But still, to me, scented putty has a disadvantage compared to the wax, and that is when it gets to a certain point, if I tend to use it too long, it can get a bit dirty, it can pull some strings and be very nasty, and then it will sit on the drills and can be very hard to get rid of. And so therefore I use for the most part I will be using the wax, just because it's easier to remove, because the wax will dry and then you can remove it with a nail brush, for instance. So I'm just gonna see how these are gonna line up in here, because I am a multi-placer, so I will prefer the drills to line up in a good way. So we'll see how. The good thing about these trays this is from Fireflies, is that the edge is quite high, and that means that I can shake it quite well without the drills is flying everywhere, and that is just in general a challenge with the trays, or can be. So I hope everyone is doing okay, and have had a good weekend and a good Monday. I was at the vet yesterday with my dog. He got his vaccination and got a overall check for how he's doing. He has put on a bit of weight, and the vet looked at me, not much, but some, and the vet looked at me and said, yeah, he is having trouble with his joints, so maybe it would be better. It's a kilo. That is, what is that? Is that 200? No, I don't know how much that is in pounds, but it's a kilo. He's too much. So compared to last time, essentially, or ideally, I think he should weigh around 31 kilo, and he's 33, so he should lose 2, but we will see how much he will lose. I decided I'm gonna put him, I'm gonna cut down his food, but I'm gonna replace it with vegetables, so he's not gonna feel like he's starving all the time. Because he's not getting that much already, and it's just because I have been a bit too generous with the with the goodies lately. He gets some special treats when I have to have a phone call or something, because he will be almost climbing on my lap, because then I won't have my attention on him, and it's a thing. So just to give me enough peace, I have been giving him treats, and yeah, so I'm just gonna buy more carrots, because he is absolutely into carrots. That is as good as getting anything else. So I'm just gonna give him more carrots, and I don't even need to peel them or anything. I can just give him right from the plastic bag. So so he's not a picky eater at all. So this seems quite good, actually. Another thing with the conversion picture, I think is draining me a bit, is that they're not too good quality. They're not horrible, but they're not as good as I'm used to. and especially the black ones, I need a lot of the time I will be single placing them, even though I could be multi placing them, just to be sure that they are fitting okay. And I will have to, because I will have to single pick them. You got your husband with you out of the penitentiary yesterday. Really exciting to see how the prisoners has been living. Yeah, I would imagine. I'm happy you got him with you home, Ola. Yeah. So I think if you haven't got a call from my dog, it's probably on the way, because he was very tired yesterday, but he was not pleased about driving the car. The funny thing is that when we were at the vet and we were there in good time, so we have around half an hour so before we have our appointment. So we took him out and went for a walk, and when we went back to the car and I opened the car, he just jumped in. It's like, okay, why is it you have so much resistance on it at home, but now you just jump in and out like not big of a deal? And the same when we were going home, that was no big of a deal. He could just jump in. I was like, oh, it's just okay. So, and he was quite silent until we were out in our driveway. He sounded like I was hitting him, literally. So, like, don't forget me. I'm like, how could I? Oh, I think if I should be like, I think maybe our old dog, he probably have been whispering in his ears and told him, you have to be sure they will remember you, because otherwise he's gonna forget you. They're gonna forget you out there. Because my husband one time did forget the old one, because he just loved being in the car, so he didn't say anything. And I was like, what did you do with the dog? He was like, oh shoot, the dog is still in the car. And he was just lying out there like, oh, well, he will come around someday. So yeah, I'm very happy about I picked this picture, and I'm gonna work on it, as I say, as a second whip to my conversion picture. I actually didn't realize how much it would drain me to do all the color confetti. I forgot. I think I forgot a bit about it. How drain, because I do know how much it drains you to do the confetti. Because especially if you're used to do a lot of multi-placing as I am. So the whole single placing and changing colors all the time is actually quite hard. Oh, and Una, I'm going to visit the yarn shop tomorrow. I think if my body will allow me to. I have decided I really need to listen very careful to my body this holiday. So, but if everything goes as I plan, I'm going down to the local market, and I want to go to Hobby, which is our big yarn shop here where I live. I'm going to buy some yarn because it wasn't as expensive as I expected it to be at the vet, so I do have a bit of a start money for the yarn. So I am going to go and see if there's anything there. It will probably be a fabric wise, it will be a mix between the alpaca wool, and either some ordinary wool or something like that. It's a mix, so you can, it depends on how good your washing machine is. I would say most of my blankets are 100% alpaca wool, but I also have like a program on my machine that where I can wash it cold, and it says wool, for instance, or hand wash, if you have that on yours, it's no problem. You can wash it actually. You can even wash it with in 30 degrees. And I will always wash the blanket before you get it, just to test to see if it goes good. And I will say most of my blankets, the old ones, I usually will just wash on a 30-degree fine wash. So just because, they are not, if they shrink or anything now, I don't even care. But you have that on your washing machine. Just say what you need, what kind of money you need. I'm so happy you will make it for me. Yeah, for sure. As I said yesterday, I'm gonna buy the yarn. I'm gonna make the blanket. I'm gonna make it for a winter. This winter, next winter, or the next again. I can't guarantee you. It depends all about my hands, how well or how bad it's gonna be. But this is really a test, because I really need new blankets at my home myself. So if I could make these, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knit it out of a not too heavy yarn. So I should be. Hey, Binge, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. So I really hope it's not too hard on my hands. And I've seen on a recipe, I think it's gonna be a 140 centimeter by 140 centimeter, something like that. But we will see. It will be in that size area, so it's gonna be quite big. And because it is knit and the yarn will, be a bit flexible when you wrap it around you, it will seem bigger. I'm just speaking out of experience from the other ones I did. And it is a corner to corner. I will send you a picture one of these days of the one I found. And it's very similar to the ones I already have done. So it's gonna be, and actually it suits me quite good, because I have been thinking a bit of what to bring with me when I'm going to Manchester, and if I can bring a knitting project like that, would be absolutely perfect. Because first, it's not gonna be, I'm gonna put it in my luggage, but I can just bring it and we can sit and I can knit while I speak to my sister, or when I have some time alone. So I need to ask, I have had recent kits by DAC and mostly square drills. They really have tightened up that drill field, right? That is true. I've heard that, but who was it? Was it Catherine that said it was a bit too much because it popped the drills? I would say the American Anthem I just finished. It was very tight, or I would say it was just enough. To me, they were just 100%. They were enough. They shouldn't have been smaller or tighter, the fit, because then I would be afraid it would be popping. But it's not, and I'm not like very cautious about moving around with my canvas. They're gonna be bent and rolled and whatever. So yeah. You're finding it's a bit too much. But if you, my best advice is, first of all, tell the support, custom support, custom service, write to them about it, because they can't correct something they don't know. And if it's too much, write that too, and you would like another canvas where it's not too much. You're still paying for the help and support, and if they can't give you another one, you will have to have your money back. it is a kind of flaw, I think. I know, and the thing is that they might already know this, but when they're correcting a thing in their production line, it will take some time until it will have a full effect through the whole line, so to speak. Can you show me the checker technique, please? I can, but I'm not using it myself, so because I never find that it worked for me. So it's not. I never used it. But what I do that is a technique I use now with my. Hey, Jean, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. And it's really tight. What I do with my with the conversion picture I have now is that I single place because I have a problem with the black color, and because they're not really good quality, and that means I have to single place a lot, and that annoys me a bit. So, but what I do is I actually single place in a frame, and then I fill in the frame with my multiplacer. So it's like the frame. If I have a frame, like here, for instance, I'm just going to do a small frame here. Hang on. Because it's the same whether it's it's round or square. The thought about it is the same. So if you have a frame, and you single place the frame. So the frame you will be sure that your drills are really sitting 100%, and then you can work within the frame with your multiplacer, for instance, or keep single placing if that's how you feel about it. But the frame will make sure that you kind of get the drills to fit so they won't be moving. And I think when you have real tight fits, that can be a good way to do it. That works for me anyway. That is a problem. My current whip, I started a new one and it is all black. And it's all black in the background, and it's really pushing into other columns, if you get what I mean. Yeah, so my question is it the drills or is it the canvas, the print? Because for me, it has something to do with the drills. It's the drills that is like, I have to be very careful that I pick the ones that are like, no, so there's nothing wrong. They have to be smooth on all four edges and so on. Um, so I do use this where I'm kind of building a frame with my single placing, and then I can multi-place within the frame and it will keep them in place. Black drills seem to be inconsistent and the other drills are okay. Okay. So, and I will say, if the black drills are very bad and it is a DAC kit, I will for sure write to the support and ask for some new ones, because they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be bad, actually. So I would for sure do that, because that is a mess. The only reason why I don't do it is because I'm not quite sure with Jaded Gym Shop whether I can get a new batch from her, because it's kind of an old kid, and I haven't read her conditions. So, and as long I'm like, my approach to it is that as long as I'm not mad about it, I'm only lightly bothered about it, and I actually found a solution that works for me. I'm usually not doing anything about it. But if it bothers me, I'm absolutely going to write to her. If I get to that point where every drill I'm kind of picking up is there's something wrong with them, I am going to write to Jade and say, hey, you, this is, can I get some new ones? Because all of these are really, really bad quality. So yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Benj. You're so welcome. How are you doing today? I will cross stitch a little while I watch your stream. You're so welcome. Cross stitch away. And I would say the only reason why I'm not working on my cross stitch conversion is because there's so much confetti, and I'm not kidding, it's really, really heavy on the confetti part, so I really needed just a break from it. I've been working like 5 days only with that, and I'm like, since I kitted this up in the weekend, Sunday, I was like, I'm gonna yesterday I was like, no, I can't do, I did finish a row, and I was like, I need to do something else because this is just draining me. And I have a call tomorrow I have to talk to one of my friends that is also a crafter, so, and I thought that this was good having doing this because I am at a point with my conversion. I can't talk and focus on other things at the same time, because I really need to be careful where I am with it. Hey, Short Stack, welcome in. Yeah, it is a firefly tray. It was gifted to me by Steeler Chicky. So she I feel so blessed when people do things like that to me. So she wrote to me one day and said, hey, I want you to try this out, and I know it's a problem with the import tax and all that, so I really want to gift it to you. Is it okay if I send it to you? I'm like, yeah, sure, do that. So if they are sent like a present, I don't have to pay for it. So yeah, so I got that from her. And I have been doing yeah, that is sweet, isn't it? So I think for me the firefly tray is a really good tray, and I'm using it, you know, for instance, it's really good for the round drills, where for some reason when I use round drills my unit trays are falling a bit short. I don't know why, maybe it's just me. So I have been looking for another tray to use when I do the round drills, so this is perfect for that. Also because what I like about it, this is a thing that is actually both a plus and a minus depending on how you work with your tray. Because I work on a surface that is level and tilted, that means that it, you know, it's not like a it is placed so I don't have to bend over my work, so I can decide whether I would want to work almost like an easel or maybe a little bit on another angle. But that also means that when you have trays with high walls like this, there will be a shadow, and these walls are just a bit thicker, than the walls on my Munimate trays, and that means that the shadow is a bit larger and a bit more, dominant. It doesn't matter too much. I don't mind too much when I work with light colors, but it can be a bit, and with good lights upon my desk. But if it's really dark outside, I saw it in the winter time. It was a bit of a adjusting, I would say. But other than that, I really like the whole. I like the design. I like the fact that you can turn the spout out and you can hide it away. This one was just for me. I mean, I'm not using it too much at all actually, but I really like it. It's just me and my small things. So yeah. But in just in overall, a really good tray, I think, and the quality, the finish is really good compared to some of the other trays I've bought and tried. So yeah. So it would be a tray I would recommend if you, for instance, are in the States. Then I don't think they're too expensive actually. Jean said, Ben said, I've also found that I love confetti. Large amount of blocking is not fun for me as much. Oh, well, maybe you should do my conversion binge. And Jean is feeling good today. Only my sinus a little painful but it's to handle. How about you? I'm doing okay. I have like a body that is not really sure whether it wants to have a flu or not. So I have a bit in my sinuses too. But it's not something serious. It's just something you can hear a bit in my voice and I can feel a bit in my throat in the morning. And then it's just like leveling out during the day. So all in all, I'm doing okay. And that's also why I thought I wanted to stream, do this small unplanned stream. I have I have quite a few of their trays. Oh, nice. To be honest, I think that for me anyway, it's more like, well, if I really falling in love with a tray design, I don't care how much it costs me. I'm just gonna save up the money for it. And that is why I'm not having a lot of the Munimate trays, but I do have a couple of them. And I'm just gonna save up for the next set. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it's not turned out so bad for you. It's not fun with sinus or influenza. No, it's not. No, I'm just hoping that if I'm just gonna do what I plan to do and I take care of me and do what my body wants me to do, so only do things I feel like I have the energy for. Then I'm hoping that is gonna keep me out of trouble. So my plan is I'm gonna stream for a couple of hours or so today, and then I'm gonna play some game afterwards. I saw that they updated the game I'm playing, Coral Island, so it apparently got some new quests and so on. So I'm for sure gonna check that out today. Probably later, because when my husband gets home, I'm not gonna see the controller anyway. We do have our own. I have mine, which is purple, and he has his own, which is blue. No, it's not blue. It's white. So, but we have only one PlayStation, so it's only one at a time. Oh, I have been playing some of that. It's so cozy. Yeah, it is. I love playing Coral Island at the moment. I've really gotten into that. I think I just needed a game where I didn't have to figure out a lot of, where the storyline is not too complicated and I don't have to figure out a lot of function, how to do with the controller to survive and all that. I just needed something not too complicated. And Coral Island is just, I mean, it is a game in, you can see like in development, but I think with the new update that there's been some good, it had gotten a bit of a good tender love and care, TLC. Also, some of the male NPCs are hunky. Oh, yeah, they are. Absolutely, they are. Not that is dependent deciding whether I'm gonna play it or not, but they are absolutely. And they are single. So yeah. So you can't get married, and I was reading a bit about it because I got a new update on my farm, and then I saw that if I updated one more time, I could get a second floor, and because it was bigger, there would be room for one more, and you could get married and have a partner and stuff. So that means that at some point you will be able to, date and thing. I guess one of the NPCs. So yeah. Do you tend to sell your vegetables early on in the game? No, I haven't. I have kind of saved them, and then whenever you can get better quality either with the fertilizer or with the kelps, the bronze, silver, golden, and the purple kelp. So you can do that on the lab. So if you do that, you will get better quality in the vegetables. So I have just been changing them out. Every time I got a better quality, I have been buying the one that in a lower quality, selling the one in the lower quality and keeping the one in the higher quality, because I need to figure out how to win the harvest festival. What I found is that where I can get most money is when I clean up in the on the ocean, all that scrap and all that. There are so many coffins in different versions and varieties. So when I do that and sell it, it actually pays off a good load of money. Ula's asking me if it's raining and thunder here. No, it has been raining, but we haven't got any thunderstorm yet. Jean, you had rain all day yesterday in Norway. Yeah. We haven't here where I'm living. We haven't had that much thunder actually. We've been more like to the rain side, but I know that where Ula lives, they have been they have had a lot of thunder over there. And I'm just saying over there. No, not much of you know where it is, but but it's west of where I am, so it's over there. I think I have around 80,000 money in the Coral Island. and that is something I got through cleaning up the sea ocean, through also through cleaning up the that quest there is connected to it, where you're gonna clean up the oil spill and the bad coral thing going on. So, and I have like I at not where I am now, I have like I have two cows, two sheep, two ducks, and two chicken, and a horse. Of course, I have a horse, and it's called Albert. Yeah, we did have lightning and thunder in May and June. Okay, Benj, have a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you for looking. I don't mind the thunder actually. I think it's quite okay, quite cozy to be honest. Sitting with some hot beverage, hot chocolate or something, and your blanket and PlayStation or book or something, or knitting. I like that. So I'm like when I'm looking at the forecast for this week, and it actually promised rain some of the days. I was like, oh yeah, shoo. Then I don't have to feel bad about me not being in the garden or something, because I can't do garden work. But every time it's good, it's like the sun is shining or something, I'm really feeling bad about it in a way, because I want to go out and I know that I'm gonna be punished so hard from my body if I do anything, like pull out some weed or something. My body will just be like, you, and especially my back will be like, you did this, now I do this to you. So so I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not. You scared of it? Why? Did you have an experience where it hit, where the lightning was striking where you were, or is it just because you think it's like ominous? It's like a scary thing. I know I know people have been, try to be in a house where the lightning has been striking there, and it is not a fun experience, but yeah. I would say, depending on where you live, the chance of you getting struck by lightning is very small. Most of the modern houses has like a an iron antenna or something that will divert the lightning from the house. But you will still feel the strike. You will still, you will still sense it, but it won't hurt the building or you. So my old dog was very scared, so we just knew when he got very if he would wake up from his deepest sleep, and he would begin to be very clingy, even more clingy than usual, and he would be walking around, and he would just seem unease, like he didn't feel good. Then he would be like, we know the thunder is close. Most lightning, no, is scary general, and because I grew up, my dad did always go panic and stuff like that when it was like, oh, and thunder when I was kid and teenager, so it made me more scared of, oh, in that way. Okay, it makes sense, Jane, it makes sense. The thing is that our brain is is an amazing thing in a lot of situations, but if it does, sometimes it can really work against us and against what is common sense, like because the brain as it is actually, in a lot of things, it is taking experience from back from when we were like Stone Age, or cave people, and all the things you had to be aware of and take care of and all that. So if we're not putting some modern sense, some modern thinking into it, it will take that experience that it is in our genes, and it is that it will take kind of tools from that part of the backpack you have with you. I'm not saying this is easy. I'm saying this is a way you can work with it, and someday it might, because you're not the only one. There's a lot of people that are scared out of their mind when it's thunder, and I think a lot of it has to do with a not very reasonable fear of something that is very much powerful. In our modern world, we are so used to, with a lot of things, to have the upper hand. We can control a lot of things today that we haven't been able to control before. But one of the things we apparently have a very high difficulty in controlling is our brain. So the thing is, the reality is how we perceive it, and that means that the reality is what you see. So if you see that it is a frightening thing, that is your reality, no matter what anyone else will tell you. So you have to tell yourself, this is nothing to be afraid of. I am safe. I am secure. I am, for instance, I am a grown-up. I don't have to have the fear that a kid or a teenager have. This is something I was told by a psychologist, because I have been like a fighter my whole life. I have been fighting for everything in my life. I know I struggle with trauma also from many things from my kidhood. Yeah, I know, Jane. I know, and it's not for you. This is for other people, because this is for everyone who, like I said, you're not the only one. So just for everyone who sees this, you and everyone else, take what you can from it and just take it with you, and maybe let it be stored in your back of your mind, and then someday it will make sense. No, it's not easy to get rid of that kind of things, and I think that the point is, you don't have to get rid of it. You you have to find a way to live with it. And I think the day that you can accept it and let it go, that will be the day when you get, so to speak, rid of it. Because you can't get rid of it, because it's part of your history. Yeah, people can work with it, absolutely. So I have been a fighter my whole life, and a psychologist said to me once time, that is a good thing to be able to when you are about a baby and a child and a young person. But now when you're grown up, maybe you don't have to fight. Maybe you don't have to fight alone. Even though you have been alone a lot of part of your life, and that you have felt that you have to do this to survive, maybe you don't have to anymore. And maybe because this is the child in you, this is the baby in you that knew that it had to be strong to survive. But maybe you don't have to be as strong anymore. Maybe you don't have to be as much in control, and maybe you can let go sometimes. And it was like I said, sometimes people say things to you and you'll be like, yeah, 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 sure, 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 right, right, But I did take it with me, and I did put it in my backpack, and I did pick it up not long ago, and I was like, yeah, maybe I can. I'm not saying that, and this is a very important thing, I'm not saying that if you are having a lot of anxiety, that your anxiety is not real, because your anxiety are real. So no one is going to tell you that what you feel is wrong, because it's not wrong. That is how your whole mindset is seeing the world. And if your mind, your brain has learned that the world is a very dangerous place where you can't feel safe, and you can't trust anybody, that is how it has, this is how you survive. So the work for an adult is different than the work for a young one, and I think that it's very important that we see that, and we acknowledge that we are not kids anymore, and that we do have abilities as a grown-up that you don't have as a kid. So you will be able to move your mindset. And sometimes you will have to move the mindset in a very practical way, in a very hands-on way. So, for instance, if you are, this is just an example. So it's not like you have to do it like this, but it's just to give you a picture on what I mean. So, for instance, if you are feeling alone, you might have to every morning or every evening or both go into the mirror and say, I am enough in me. I am enough in me. I love myself, and therefore, even though I'm just me, that is enough. It takes around 21 days, they say, to change your mindset, to make your brain believe that what you say is true. Try it out. I don't know. I will let go or find peace from it before one person is gone. Little hurts, but I think it's like that. Or I need to talk to someone about it. But I have done it before and I didn't get believing, so I think it's hard. So I try get rid of stuff myself. I have done it before. It takes a long time, but it can work. Jean, the only one who knows what is right for you is you. The only thing about doing it yourself is I would say the risk when you do it yourself is that sometimes your mind can go into circle. When you think about things, you can go into like a spiral motion or circle motion, so you're not moving anywhere. You keep going the same. You think you're moving, but you're not, because you can't go beyond yourself and go and stand 2 steps away from yourself and look in. And that is what you are able to when you're talking with a stranger or another person. That is what they are doing for you. What you can do, a way to do that, is either do vlogs, video recordings, or do journal diaries, because when you put words on it, so this is the same thing that happens in a therapy session, is that if you put words on it, you will be able to read it afterwards several times, and little by little it will, the words will mean differently depending on what you've written, of course, but that is the thing you can do. I think that a really important thing you have to think about when you're working with things like that, when you get hurt on your feelings or traumatized, is, and there are another person involved, is that as long as you are hurting and hating against that person for whatever that person did, you are empowering that person even more. No matter what your relations are, that is what you're giving them, so much power in your life, because you're giving them so much attention and energy. And that is what, when you let go of them, it doesn't mean you have to forgive them, so to speak, saying that's okay, you hurt me, that's okay, you traumatized me, but you have to be able to say, it's like looking at it and say, that hurt, that traumatized me, but I'm not gonna give it any attention. I'm not gonna look at it as that is, as it is hurting me, in that way. So you have to take a step back and be able to look at it in a more pragmatic way, where you can be like, this and this happened, and they did it for that and that reason. I can see that, and I can see how they hurt me, and that was not okay. They hurt me, but I have to move on, and therefore I have to let go of the feelings that are attached to it, not to the thing that happened, but the feelings that are attached to it. I know it's hard. And it's not something that is done today or tomorrow. But just keep in mind that is what is happening. Then, because that person that did that to you are probably not, they're not hurting. Sometimes they don't even know it. They can be so selfish or so ignorant, so they have absolutely no idea what they did. If they do, that is their problem. That can never be your problem. So, but your problem is that you are feeding that energy, you're feeding that mindset, and that mindset is eating you. If it wasn't eating you, if the hate was eating someone else, it would be okay. You see what I mean? So, but because it's eating you, that is why you have to let it go. That is why you have to not give it too much attention. It can be that you have to set a time limit on and say, okay, I'm only going to think of it one time today, or 2 times. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, where I'm going to swear at them, I'm going to curse them, I'm going to do everything, I'm going to cry, I'm going to scream, and then I have to let it go. You get what I mean? So you will limit the time that thing is get that energy, and then you can have the rest of the time for all the positive and fill your life with a lot of positive things. So, because if you do that, the negative will be, you will actually use less and less time, and you will feel it less and less important to use that time. So it will be even smaller, and it will be even less important for you. That is what I predict if you do that. Because you will give yourself the room to feel the pain, but you will also give yourself the room to feel all the joy, all the happiness, all the good things in your life, and feel it with everything, the whole body, and not just a part of it. Because the thing is, if you are having a moment, if you're having things in your life that has traumatized you in the degree you're talking about, they can be like filling your whole day, your whole mindset. And that means that all the good things that are actually happening in your life, you will know them, you will register them, but you won't be feeling them. Not with the whole body, not with your whole heart. You will be there, you will acknowledge it, it'll be, yeah, thank you for that lovely present, but you will not be like, oh, thank you, I really appreciate it, I really feel this, I really feel the love. Because there's a thing in this, if you don't have the balance, you won't be, so, and you have more than one thing to handle, but it's like having a knot. So you have to loosen one end before you can deal with the other things. And some of the other things might even loosen themselves with you starting handling one thing. So don't try to solve or to handle everything but one thing. And I think the thing about this trauma you're talking about is a very, very important thing. And I think that if you take care of that, if you get that in a balance, a lot of the other things in your life will find a better balance. That is what I believe, and I believe you can do it. Okay, I need to do some diamond painting. So, that was the therapy session for Pia today. Anyone else has any problems I want to solve? No, and I mean, I'm joking a little bit about it, but to me, happiness and humor, jokes with a serious attitude is also important. I can have a very black kind of humor. That's what we call it in Danish, where it getting very close to the morbid version, because when you lose your parents in a very early age twice, I mean, I was apparently orphaned when I was a baby, and then I lost my mom when I was 24 and my dad when I was 30. So it was like only when life started, really. So you tend to get a bit morbid and have a bit of a version of angle on it, where you have to give it a laughter sometimes. Not today, but yesterday I had an anxiety attack. So when we were on our way, but then I remembered all the good things that had happened in the prison. Oh, that was nice. It's not like Ulla wasn't in the prison. She was attending a museum they had made in the prison in nearby where she lives. It's just like it sounded like, oh, you were in prison and you remembered all the good things. Yeah, but yeah, and I think a therapist once, and I will say right here and now up front, I have been attending a lot of therapy sessions because being adopted and being an orphan very early in life it leaves you with a damaged nerve system and person and all that. So just saying that I have experienced a lot of things that I needed to have some professional help. And one told me once that if you are not feeling the bad things, you can't feel the good things. And I do believe that is so true, because we tend to, especially if we are women, I think, and especially if we are a kind of a fighter survivor type, we will be like um, saving all the bad things for later, and we will just be like closing that section down and be like, okay, I don't have time for this now. I have to be able to be there for the family, or whatever. And then one day you will feel nothing. So it's so important to be able to feel the bad thing, but also that it's not gonna be the only thing. So again, balance. And the balance is important, because the balance is like yin and yang, black and white, night and day, man and woman. The opposite things. And it's just, if it is in these situations where you can't have one without the other. Have you seen that program with kids add up to Denmark, another place from Asia? It's a documentary. I didn't see it, no, but I heard about it. I don't see those documentaries, because very often they are very colored by the ones that did them. And I don't need to question my adoption, to be honest. The age I have now, and this can sound very selfish, and maybe it is, I have been through so much pain in my life when I was a young teen, and I had no option than just go through it. And I'm like, I don't need to rekindle that. Ula, will you show that thing there at the door, please? Thank you. So it's like we have this I was almost going to say lost and found program, but where people that like want to find their bio parents or family. And to me, to be honest, it is a bit of a emotional porn thing, because why do you see it? I do get why you want to find your biological parents, but why do you want to do it on television? I mean, and why do people want to see it? To see people cry or what? I mean, so. Yes, you got to use your sword, Ula. Amazing. So I don't see that kind of programs. I know that because I know there was a lot of writing and talking about that we weren't orphaned. A lot of us coming from South Korea, and we were stolen or kidnapped from parents, and we actually did have family there. And there had been like almost a white slavery going on, with the Danish adoption companies and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's horrible, and I hope it, it's really taking advantage, and I hate it has been going on. But for me personally, I didn't feel like, I didn't have the need to watch it and be like, I think it's because I don't feel like I have any family in South Korea. Um, there might be some people still living in South Korea that are genetic attached to me, but emotionally, my parents are dead because they died when I was 24 and 30. I don't have any parents in South Korea. You know, because to me, parents and parenthood is like the ones that are protecting you, taking care of you, making sure you're okay, and not saying they did a I would say it's not like they did a bad job, but they could have been prepared better for what was in store for them. And they weren't, because no one knew what it meant to be to have a adopted child, and all the challenges that are in that, unfortunately. So yeah, that was something they were not prepared for. And I have been going out and doing some speeches around about this when I was in my mid-20s. I did it just because I felt it was so important that the families, or the couples that were getting kids that were adopted, had to be, paying attention to the fact that the small human beings they're getting are not like perfect bundles wrapped up in a piece of cloth. This is damaged good. This is people that are this is young people that are, or kids or babies that are actually from a very, very early starting life are damaged. Their nerve system are damaged. They need help. They need their parents need to do a lot of things they don't need to do with their bio kids, for instance. So and I know that it has been a challenge for a lot of parents that got kids from all over the world, adopted in different ages, because no one told them that this could be a problem. No one told them that kid could actually develop a eating disorder, or would start hiding food suddenly, or would be aggressive, or because it couldn't show or tell the emotions, because no one understood where they were coming from, and all that kind of thing. So and I feel like that is lies in the whole post-adoption that there's very, very little light on in Denmark, that after you get your kid from wherever, there's a whole life there that no one is like looking at and saying, why don't we have more open info about, mom groups or dad groups for people adopting kids, so you can go somewhere and be reassured that what you experience is so normal. I mean, I was attending at a speech and seminar once, where the one that was holding that speech had a PhD and did a research in how the psych system, our psychiatric system, how much of that where the adopted were represented, and it was very surprisingly there was a lot of adoptees there where they had personality disorders, eating disorders, disorders with relationships, all that kind of things. Some of them were suicide threatening and all that. And I mean, really, really hard, hurting hard on the emotional system. Oh, it's quite okay. Don't worry, Jane. Don't worry. I don't mind talking about it. It doesn't bother me. I'm all in for it. So oh yeah, so and this is something that not many people know, not even within the psychiatric system, because no one has like looked in the records and see, well, how is this at all connected. And I mean, for the longest time in Denmark, if you are adopted, you will be called a adopted child. And I will say it's been a while since I was a child, but people can still do that, and I'm like, but I'm a grown ass woman now. So there's a lot of there's a lot of labels put on you, even when you're adopted. It should be like all integrated in the society and culture, but still, we have so many labels on us, and even though you're adopted, you will still be protected to racism, and you still need to prove your worth in a lot of things, even though you shouldn't have to. I mean, you should be as entitled as anyone else, but you're not. You're just not. And I think it's because you learn at a very early age, especially if you are like looking differently, and on top of that you are adopted, you will like be like, well, you stand out from the group, and we really don't want to stand out. We really just want to be a part of the group as a human being. So because you stand out, you will be like, okay, then I will need people not to use my origin as a explanation of why I do bad. So I need to do so good so they can't blame my roots for who I am. So many bad and mean people in the world. Yeah, I hope that a lot of the people that are bad or mean, or both, are doing it because they don't know better. But that's just because I'm so naive, and I just want everyone to be, doing it from the best part of their from a good perspective. I know some people just do it because they just do. So. I was actually thinking I wanted to do this with the ruler I have. I have like a mesh ruler for round drills, but because there's a lot of color blocking, and I was like, do I really want to do this with the ruler? I was like, nah, I don't think so. And then when I'm kind of in the midst of it, I'm like, oh, I kind of regret I didn't use the ruler, because it does make it even more. I'm not bad at placing, but I can't place it as accurate as the ruler can, and it's getting a bit more like in really straight lines when you have the ruler to like fix them, but at the end of the day, it's only for me, because no one else will notice it, so. I want world peace and everyone to be friendly and kind to each other. Yeah, me too. Me too. That would be absolutely nice and smashing. But my wise mom once said that if two people can't get along, how can we demand or expect a whole as country doing? And she's so right. So I mean, and there will always be people that are not satisfied, I think, with what they have in life, and they will be like, and that is okay. You want something more better, but and if you can do that without hurting other people, that would be smashing. But a lot of people don't care who they have to step on to reach their goal, and I don't like that. I don't like that approach to life. I don't like that approach to success, that you need to step on someone else to get your way and to reach your goal. That I really don't like. And no more crimes, yeah. That would be nice. No more violence in the home. No more partner violence, and that would be like amazing. That would be amazing. So I reached my goal, my 200 followers goal, and that is absolutely. I mean, we're not even in in the last part of the year. We are in the middle of the year, and I hadn't seen that coming. I'm completely honest. I hadn't seen that coming. I am going to do a giveaway in the beginning of next year. In the month of January. When exactly, I don't know. But it is going to be a giveaway that will be diamond painted oriented, and that means that I'm probably going to do some diamond art club gift cards, and depending on how many followers I am at within that goal, I'm gonna add more gift cards. So I think I'm gonna say for every 100 I'm gonna add one more gift card. So if I reach 300, it's gonna give one more gift card, and so we will see. I am so grateful for you that are following me. Just because I see myself as a very small time streamer on Twitch, I do feel like I'm here just having fun, chill out, and help people if I can help them. Like I did now, just give my view on life, and I love doing that. And it's something I actually been doing my whole life, more or less. I have had a side side it sounds so dirty. I have had a side thing going on. But I have been giving massage treatments and hot and cold stone treatments as a hobby and as a thing I did in my free time. And that's just because I always wanted to work with people or human beings, and I never quite could put my finger on what I wanted to do with them. And I always had this spiritual side of me, but still was like, I don't know what to do. But I have been like working with muscles since I could reach my dad's shoulders and move those around, because he was a accountant, and he that was before all of these electrician or movable flexible working station and all that, and gel pads and whatnot. So he had some really tied up muscles in the shoulders and neck uh, area. So I did that, and I gave my mom some facial treatments. Like, it was not facial treatments, but I massaged her face and face muscles, and that I really enjoyed a lot, and they let me do it because apparently I was quite good at it. So I did take some classes in this, in different kinds of therapy forms like shiatsu and traditional massages and hot and cold stone treatments, and I have the whole thing. Like for the hot and cold stones, I still have it because I'm like, I know I can't do it like I have been, but my hope is that one day when I'm not working anymore, I can do this instead of, and help people, and still help people, you know. But when you are having people like that up close and personal, you get to talk to them, and I that was a way, like now, just to help them from my life experience, and as always, that you can take as much or as little with you as you want to. Um, so I think in a way that this is like that for me, and that being said, that if you do have any questions, whether it's to me as a person, to my spiritual believing, or just ask away. I'm not shy. I'm not afraid of answering. And if there's something that is so personal that I'm not gonna answer it here, I will tell you. But I'm really more into the belief that the more you know of me, the less you can hate me. I know it's not true all the way because that's what life taught me, but it's been a approach for me to, especially when it comes to the whole adoption side, that the more you know me and know me as one who's adopted, the less you can have against the way I act, because you know that I am adopted, and that can have do you have tips for good back massage or neck and shoulder massage? Oh, to give or to receive? Is it something you're gonna do on yourself, or something you're gonna do on another person? Both. I want to give to my boyfriend. Oh, um, actually, the best thing you can do when it comes to shoulder and back and neck, there's two things you can do. As just right from scratch, because I can't go into the concrete techniques because I have to show. We can do, maybe we could do a stream one day about that, but then I have to talk to someone who could be a testing person for me. But I get very fast pain and tired in my hands, but other than that I can do massage. Okay. So is he lying on the bed? Is he sitting on a chair? Where is he placed when you give him massages? Because I might want to suggest something. The thing is that giving massages are very hard. Both sit and in bed, yeah. In bed is not a good place for a lot of reasons, but the thing underneath him, the thing he's lying on, is too soft. So you have to use too much force to pressure, to feel like you get through in when you pressure down in the muscle. If you want to massage his back, and this is just his back I'm talking about, I would place him on a dining table or a massage bench. In the beginning, you can actually buy at Harem Nyborg, you can buy massage benches for really cheap. And they are, a lot of them are like something you can fold so you can pack it. But what I did before I have my my massage bench was like I was using a dining table, and I had like a thinner mattress. I could just roll out, like you have like the cushions for the outdoor furnitures, for instance, or something like that. So they not like they have to be comfortable on the dining table. But it's just because, and if the dining table and him are too high for you, and I don't know how high you are, step on a you know, or a small put something so you can step, so you can stand on something, so you do get the right height, so you don't have to lift your arm too high. So it's better that you just have to, you know, so it will be your over body that you will press and not your fingers. Then the next thing I will recommend is to lower the knee. Okay, the thing is, it's just because I'm not that high. So sometimes I would actually have the experience that when I put people on the dining table, and then the people on top would actually do that, they were being a little too high to me. It's just to prevent that you, when you do have problems, that you increase that. Yeah, but you have to, I mean, it depends on how it all adds up when your boyfriend is lying on the table, you know, and you get everything up there with a little bit of cushion underneath him and all that. So, but you will figure it out. But what I can recommend you to do when you're, a couple of things, because if your hands hurt, if your finger hurts, don't use your fingers too much. That's a given thing. So you can use your palm, this place here, to pressure down. You can use this up here, the knuckles here, to slide through the muscle. So with your hands, don't use this motion, because this motion will be like very hard on your fingers and on your hands to, you know, when you do this. So do this and use this place here. And if it's something where you really feel you need to go into deep, and this can be on the shoulder, top of the shoulders, or it can be on the lower back, for instance, you can use, very lightly, you can use your elbow. The elbow is a very hard thing to do because you have to be a bit careful on how hard you press, and you have to take, you will have to be in a kind of a dialogue with him about, if I do this, is it too hard, does it hurt, can I do pressure a bit more, and you will get the feeling of it. And then of course remember to use oil, preferable, I use almond oil, or you can just use ordinary whatever called massage oil. I would prefer using a bit of a very fat, you know, not a very thin oil, but a very fat oil, so because it would be more better to use when you're gliding through the muscles. Baby oil is, I will say baby oil is actually not very good at it. You can use it, but yeah, I would, because you're talking about your hands and they are getting very tired very fast, I would say another thing is, if you're not massaging every day, your hands will feel very tired very fast, just in general. But if you're using an oil like a almond oil, or some of the massages oil you get are a bit thicker in how they're fluid they are, they will be a bit better to work in the muscles with. Yeah. And then if you have him on the dining table, then you can turn him around on his back, and then you can massage his neck. By doing this, if you have, this is your hand. Now I'm gonna do it anyway, show you how. That's so me. But this is, if you have this hand, if you do this with your hand, and this is his neck, you can do that emotion underneath with his neck. If his head is turning up against you here, so you're sitting at the end of the table, he's lying that way, so his head is up here. So I'm having my hand underneath his neck. So if your hands are oily, you can actually do this motion underneath his neck. Not doing it very hard, but doing it in a light, smooth, but firm motion. So you can feel how tight the muscles are in his neck. And just, the thing here is, you don't have to pressure very hard. You just have to be in the motion and just think that you want to soften them up. Work in that with that energy. It's not that you need to squeeze these muscles very soft. It's just you have to soften them up with very smooth motions. And think of it as a smooth motion, and you need to soften it up in the neck of him. Okay. they have those oil on health store too, or only perfume store. I don't buy massage oil, so I don't know where to get them. Oh, you can get them at the pharmacy, and you can get them at at health stores where they have all sorts of natural medications and stuff like that. Or you can get them if you do a Google search on massage oil. You will probably get some stores or some suggestions in the neighborhood of where you are, or where you can buy it online. Okay, so everyone got a anyone else? Oh, yeah. And let me know how it goes, Jane, with the massages, and if it's, if you find a solution that makes it easier for you to help him out. And if it is something you want to do more frequently, I would absolutely recommend getting a massage bench. It doesn't have to be a very expensive one, and get one of those you can, store away. I have a very expensive one that is very old. I'm like, oh, this is how fast time flies sometimes. I'm like, oh, this is it's not that old, but it's around, what is it? It's 20 years or so. And like I grabbed in the handle of it's like, oh, why is it like it was like getting into, like when artificial leather, it can be like almost dissolving in your hands, and this has been like subjected to a lot of oil and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, it's not that new, and I have been taking very good care of it, so it's not like that, but it has been used. Oh, sure, it has been. So because I wanted to I used it in the beginning when I did diamond painting to put my finished diamond paintings on. And then the other day I wanted to store it away because we're gonna do some different things. So I was like, oh, and I'm just thinking at it as something I bought yesterday, but it's actually over 20 years old. So like, oh, that's why it's like it's an old thing actually. So they even though it was very expensive at that time, when I look over time, it's not that expensive. And I mean, I couldn't sell it today because I wouldn't get anything for it, in comparison. And I still want to keep it because, as I say, I still have a hope that I can do, and that I still can give some treatments later on in life where I'm not working and I do other things that is fun and good for me to do. So and there's a whole healing and meditation aspect in the hot and cold stones you can do that is not so hard for my hands or my fingers, that if I'm gonna do a traditional massage would be. So where I do my stream today, not today, but when I do it on Sundays, is actually the room where I used to give treatments in. So I still have some of the things in there, like my stone, my crystals and all that. So yeah, I have some dream catchers that I bought to just help with that part of it, but they're still beautiful to look at, and I still consider them as a part of the room. I want to massage him because I need neck and shoulder massage. Very stiff both my neck and shoulders. And my boyfriend have back pain. So I want to help him feel better. Yeah. So because then you want to massage him because then you think he will repay you with a massage? Is that how I'm gonna understand that message? Or is it just okay? Oh yeah. I think, to be honest, if it's very bad, his back pain, I think he should go to physio or a chiropractor, or and then you can help just to loosen it up, to make it better, and then you can help maintain it so it's not getting bad or worse. Because the thing is, you don't have, to be honest, you don't have the technique, or you don't have the strength to give him that relief that you want to give him. So but you can give it on a maintenance basis. But I would absolutely recommend a professional to loosen up and give him some help for the back pain. Is he having a very hard work for his back? Is that why that is causing the back pain? But he don't have time to it. That is a question of prioritize, Jane. I'm sorry. I don't know how old your boyfriend is, but out of life experience, I can tell you that there's nothing that is so important than taking care of your own body, because that is the thing that's gonna carry you through life. And if you are bad or mistreating it, yeah, so you're still young people compared to me. But you are on this turning point that if you're not taking care of your body now, you got the bill he's gonna pay later is so much larger. So he has to take the time to either go to physio, go to physio, get someone to help to relieve a bit of the pain, talk to a physio about what to do with strengthening the muscles in the back to avoid a prolapse or a slip disc or something in the back. Just saying. No, but you don't have to talk about him. I'm just saying, you don't have to talk about him so much. I'm just saying, and you don't have to mention him at all. Just saying that the way, if you want to help him, this is you and me talking. So if you want to help your boyfriend, you will have to tell him that you can help maintenance, you can help with that it's not gonna get so bad, but for you to do that, you need him to go to a physio that can help through exercise, different exercises, and maybe some massage, maybe some ultrasound, depending on where it hurts, how much it hurts, where his restraint are, and things like that. No. I mean, if you are eating overall healthy and good variation with vegetables, fruit, and whole grain, and not too much carbohydrate, not too much junk food, fast food, there's not much you can do. The exercise in the muscle, so you build up muscles around your back, and so your body will be able to carry it all also on the long haul, is very important. So there will always be this percentage where he will be genetic prone to some things, and there is a risk of that's what they told me with my prolapse, that some are genetic prone to the prolapse. So it's not all about bad eating or too much exercise, too little exercise, so I have always known that when my lower back was hurting, I didn't do my exercises, and I just needed to pick up on that pace until I couldn't do that anymore. So where I did actually have a prolapse that was really bad, but it's just saying, and I had the same discussion with my own husband, because he was like, he had, like, the first time him and I were meeting, he was actually coming to me to get a massage treatment, because his lower back was hurting very, very bad. I was living on the first floor, and he was crawling the whole way up the stairs, so bad. So and I had been saying right from the get-go when I saw him, I can help you with this, but you need to do exercises to prevent it from coming back. And when I got my own prolapse and had to go through whole that experience, I said to him, with the problems you have with your lower back, you need to do exercises, you need to take care of it. He didn't. So he's been through a prolapse operation too. His just went a lot better than mine. He hasn't had any side effects of it or anything. So he was just he's been fine. But just saying that you really need to try to talk to your boyfriend and say to him that you really want his best, you love him and all that, and he needs to take better care of himself. Especially if he wants to be with you on the long run. I mean, it can be really, I mean, if you just ignore your body, you can do it as long as you're young, but when you get older, it can have some long-term effects that you can't see through now. I hope a sea eagle don't attack me when I go to store now 2 p.m. I hate when sea eagles attack like that because the kids. Oh. Can you take an umbrella with you? And go use that as a shield. Just me. We don't have sea eagles here, so I don't know. So I might just be talking out of not enough knowledge. You don't want that? No, nobody wants that. Why do they attack you? I mean, they can't mistake you for a fish or a small pet. No, we don't have sea. No, not in just not in general. I think we have it in a small area. I think we have one or two, but we don't have them like wild. I think they are in a reservation or something, but not like we have a lot of other predator birds, but not like seagulls. No. Oh, seagulls. Oh, that's what they think you are. But I mean, still. Oh, because they're looking from you from above, so they think you're one until they get close to you. But still, that give I would take it. I would for sure take an umbrella. That would not be mistaken for a seagull. Like you heard about the big one in the condo that it's in South America it lives in. They take like goat sized predators. But you see, Jane, it's not. But we just talked about this with anxiety and worries and all that. This only gets worry, like because you are thinking it as a worry, even though you have seen it happen. And this is why we see, okay, did it happen to you? Yes, it happened to me. What can I do to prevent it from happening? I could, for instance, use a umbrella, or I could use a something else, a hat, whatever. It didn't happen to me? Okay, what are the chances it will happen? I don't know. So what can I do to prevent it from happening? So instead of being worried that it would gonna happen, think of it. What can I do to either prevent it from happening or shield myself so it's not gonna happen? It's so big so you can't carry the umbrella. Is that what you're saying? But then it's life is a choice. Okay, so I think people are gonna think I look stupid with a big umbrella. Okay, but do I want to get nicked in the head, or don't I want to get nicked in the head? So are they more active in the day or in the night, in the evening? Like if they are more active 1 o'clock than 2 o'clock, choose a different time frame for you to do the walk. You know. Or are they more active because they in when people are getting off work, because then there will be more people in the street? You know what I mean? So as it sounds like it's a daily thing or something you see often, and it sounds like it's something that worries you, instead of just worrying about it, then attack it from a more problem solving perspective. I usually go now, so my boyfriend picked me up after work. He's finished 3 p.m. But it's just saying, it's just sometimes, and I know I'm saying just a lot, but I'm just trying to give you a different way of thinking it. Because your mind is a very powerful tool. So what you put into mind will be your reality, will be your true real thing. So either if you put it as a problem, it will be a problem for sure. Or if you're putting it as I'm gonna figure out if that's the best way to solve it, so I'm not gonna be nicked in the head, or that I am gonna be nicked in the head and I don't care. I see myself as going down the street not being attacked. Well, that could also be an approach. Yeah, it is, but it's also a matter of every time you say it, it changes you. So every time you put word on it, no matter if it's one or the other way, every time you put word on the anxiety, it changes your way of thinking it. Every time you put word on the solving way, it changes your way of solving the problem or their challenges. It's a state of mind. That's how you have to look at it. It's a state of mind, your mind. And your mind is a powerful thing. There's a reason why you say the saying is you can do everything you put your mind into. And sometimes your anxiety can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you expect it to be attacked or be nicked in the head, that is what's going to happen. But if you expect not to be, and expect to be having a good walk without any problems, where you will be happy and it will be a good experience, that might even be. Hello, Palamunda. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, it's always easier to say things and do them. The only thing I can say is try it. Try it, try it, try it. How are you doing, Palamanda? Okay. Oh. Not so good. How about you? I'm doing okay. I am having a small holiday at the moment, and I'm going to use it to try and do whatever my body wants to for once. I've had some really rough months, and I think that my body, if I'm not gonna be punished with some kind of flu or something, I really need to just do what I feel like, you know. So yeah. So that's why I started a new diamond painting, because I felt like it. And I am doing this short stream because I feel like it. But I have a lot of plans, and we will see how many of those will actually come into work. So yeah, but I'm sad you're not doing well, Palamanda. I hope you will get better as time goes. I go later. Oh, you're so welcome. So, I am going to end this stream in not so long. I'm a bit hungry, and my dog has given me the side eye look. That means that my body is more tired than I realize. He's a good he is really a what do you call that in English? Indicator. He's a good indicator on when I need to. Yeah, you heard him, right, Ula? He is having a good day. Better today than yesterday. He was so tired when we came home from the vet. It's not like he absolutely loved the vet, and the vet is like equal to treats. It's actually more the whole car thing. The only thing that he didn't like the vet did was the vet was trying to, you know, stretch his joints and see, because he is a senior dog, so just seeing if there was any restrictions or anything. That he didn't like. And then he got his wolf claw cut, so the vet was touching his paws. That he wasn't too crazy about either. But other than that, he got a clean bill of health, and he got his shot, and then he's not gonna be vaccinated until 3 years later. So and we will see. That doesn't even, I don't even know if that's gonna happen, because yeah, you know, then he would be 10, and I'm not sure he's even gonna reach that age. Hopefully he will. His mom got 12, so I'm hoping that he will be the same age, but you know. So from now on, every day is a blessing with him. That's just how it is. So we will go, the plan is that every year will be just a health check for the next couple of years, and then for year 3, if that is coming, he will get a shot, and yeah, that will be his last vaccination. For sure. So I was original plan was to get a puppy this year, but due to a lot of circumstances, that is probably not gonna happen. I will say with that small, but it depends a bit on how what is coming this fall, because my husband might get another job this fall, and if he does get another job, the salary will be so high that we don't have to sell the house immediately, and we might just decide staying here. And if we do, I'm gonna go out and buy a puppy. Like immediately. No, not immediately, but yeah. So we'll see. We went for a walk earlier and it was really high humidity, so yeah. One of the houses we go a certain, we have different routes we go, and one of them we passes a house where there's a small dog, and it really, every time we pass it, it's just barking and jumping, and the fence is almost, not higher than the dog, almost lower than the dog, but it has never jumped out, but it really like jumps up and down. But lately it hasn't, and I'm wondering if it's because the dog is getting too old, or it's just getting to know us so well that it knows that my dog is actually not too bothered. He doesn't even look at the dog anymore. He's just ignoring it completely. So there's no reason for that dog to be excited or whatever it is, mad or whatever. My dog really don't. It's not like he hates other dogs, because he doesn't. He's just not interested. They are really none of his interests. And like with when my oldest stepson and his girlfriend was stopping by, it was like they had her parents' dogs with them. It's called polar bear in Danish, the Danish word for polar bear, and my dog was like, he didn't even care. I was streaming that Sunday, and every time I came out, my dog was like greeting me, like he was like, save me, no one is taking care of me, like, because he's not used to sharing attention or anything. So suddenly there was another dog, but other than that, it was not, they didn't have anything. He had a short growl, I think, but have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye. I need to walk out with the trash before I walk to the store. So have a great day, Jean. Thanks for stopping by. And take care of you. Yeah, I'm not going to be here for long, so it's okay. I think I need to sit down, and I think I'm going to have some bit of eat, and then I'm going to play some Coral Island. And see what the update is all about. I'm just gonna place a bit here, more here, and then we're gonna call it a day for today. So I will work on this on Sunday for sure. I'm gonna work a bit on it during the week. I'm also gonna work on my cross stitch, so I don't know how long I am on Sunday. So but I also want to show you how far I am with my cross stitch on the conversion, maybe also the ordinary cross stitch. So probably Sunday I think is gonna be like progress showing, and then we're gonna do some diamond painting on this one. Like I said, the cross stitch conversion is not as easy doing that anymore on stream, because even when I do it off stream, I really have to focus and to minimize me doing mistakes, because it's such a detective work to figure out what color it is when you don't have this printed. It's just a blank canvas, and then I have my pattern keeper, and I mean, as soon as I mark them off, they're like, and I'm on to the next one. It's like, try to remember what number was that, and a lot of the colors are in the same shade range. So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, guys, I think I have to stop here. I know I wanted to do a bit more, but I think I need to stop. Let's see. Where did I leave this?
It just depends on what's needed of me and all that stuff. So I will be here, though. I will be on Twitch for sure, but I just want to let you know there's a little heads up that the next 2 months are going to be busy. So my point is that I want to get in the charity streams.
Okay. You know what? I was thinking of going to rate somebody, but I'm not quite sure. I wanted to do it on Rachel, but on the other hand, I'm like, oh. So I think Kapow. We are going to da da da. Okay, guys, I can see that you're just dropping out, and I think I wanted to rate Rachel, but I'm not gonna rate her with only 2 in the stream. So I am going just to end the stream. Thank you for stopping by. thank you for being here and keeping me company. I might be having one more of these, maybe, later this week. So again, keep an eye out for the for my Twitch. Maybe put on the notification, and you will see when I go online again. And have a wonderful day. I'm sorry this end of the stream bit was a little bit me mumbling and a little bit back and forth, but I was like, should or shouldn't, and then I decided not to. So, but anyway, guys, have a nice day. Thank you for being here. See you all around. Take care out there, and yeah, have fun. Bye.